Now, as I was saying, I've given it a little bit of thought, and instead of randomizing whether I have multiple traits this time, and randomizing how many and randomizing which ones, I'm gonna go full hog. I'm just gonna have them all. Nightmares. Since childhood, you've been troubled by a recurring nightmare in which you're being chased by a colorful jester. Although the dream is repeated night after night, it still frightens you as much as when you were little. You awake so shook up that all your stats are lowered for a while. Claustrophobia. When you were a child, you got your head stuck inside a pail and couldn't get it off all day, until your father took an axe to it. Ever since then, you've had a fear of enclosed spaces. Wearing a helmet with the visor down makes you so anxious your attacks are weakened. Hemophilia. Like your father and his father before him, you are afflicted with the family curse. All it takes is a scratch, and you start to bleed like a stuck pig. Once it starts, the bleeding is faster and is harder to stop. Numbskull. Your mother dropped you on the head as a baby. She kissed it better and the bump soon faded, but ever since then you're a little slow at getting the hang of things. This lowers your acquisition of experience. The consumption. You once caught a nasty chill and ended up with a persistent cough. Many thought you would never survive, but eventually you healed. Nevertheless, since that time you don't breathe very well, and your stamina regenerates more slowly. Shakes. When you were too little to know any better, you fell into the well. It was hours before they heard you crying and got you out. Ever since then, you get the shakes from time to time, as if you were back again in the dark, chilly well. Obviously, that's not good for archery, pickpocketing, or lockpicking. Tapeworm. When you've got an appetite, you'll eat anything you can get your hands on. Folks say you eat enough for two. It's like you have a visitor in your guts who's eating you out of house and home. You get hungry faster, so you have to eat more often. Somnambulant. You've always been a restless sleeper, sometimes so much that you get up from your bed and go walking. It's not unusual for you to wake up somewhere else than where you went to bed. And brittle bones. Ever since you were little, stairs and ladders have been your worst enemies. All it takes is a little fall and your bones break with an awful crack. You suffer much worse injuries than others do when you fall. Let's play on the hardest difficulty that is possible for Kingdom Come. Oh, poor Henry. I hope you can survive this.